And now, Focus on the Pines with your host, Jack Barnes.
Well, we're here at the community center grand opening, and I have three of the prominent people that are, I feel, are featured in this. There are many people who are involved, but these three in particular have an awful lot to do with our new community center. On my right is board president, newly elected, Bill Rayco. And Bill, you kept your remarks short and sweet. It was a great opening ceremony, and it took us a while to get here. It took a lot longer to get here than it did to open it.
Well, that's true, but once we decided we were going to move out, we did, and we think it's a good thing.
Well, let's see. If I remember right, as a property owner, well, we could say we've almost been 15 years getting to this point, but we got here. We're under budget, under the $1.75 million budget, and we're under the time, and I guess that's a tribute to the people that were involved in this, the staff and the planning committee.
That's correct. The GM formed the task force, and it was composed of people with different disciplines and understanding of the building business, and we helped management push everything along, and we worked as a team, and it came out fine. We're about $24,000 under budget. We're not sure. We're still working the numbers, and we're about 2 months early as far as completion date goes.
Well, good, and thank you for all the work you've done. We're going to enjoy this community hall, and on my left is the guy that really had to do a lot of overseeing and responsible for this committee that did such a great job, General Manager Tom Olson. Tom, it's a great-looking community hall. I know it hasn't been easy getting here, and what do you feel this is going to do for the community?
Well, first thing I'd tell you, Jack, is that my job was fairly easy. I was surrounded by a tremendous amount of talent, and that talent is responsible for this building. I'm secondarily at best responsible for it. What is this going to do for the community? When you think about what was here before, it was a 10,000 square foot facility that was ramshackled and run down. 4,000 square feet of that was devoted to the fire company, and now I've got a 13,000 square foot facility that's open and available to all types of different social and recreational events. I think the quality of life of every resident in the community will be improved because we've got a first-class facility for them to enjoy year after year for another 40 or 50 years, we hope.
Well, it certainly is a first-class facility, and the guy that's going to have to make this first-class facility go is the Director of Parks and Recreation in Ocean Pines, Mike Howell. Mike, I guess I should congratulate you, but there's a lot of work ahead from here for you, right?
It's a great day, yeah, and what a great facility. And the people of Ocean Pines need to come out and use this facility, both in recreation, and we have so many nice community organizations that people can belong to that they'll be using this facility as well. So it's a great day for Ocean Pines.
Well, it is, and I don't want to put you on the spot too much, but you can give us an idea of just some of the ways this new community center will be used?
Well, we have men's 3-on-3 basketball, we have adult volleyball, youth basketball, youth volleyball, we have dodgeball going on, we have of course the shape-ups are going to be in here using it in all the different communities, so we'll be using it. It's a wonderful facility.
Well, that's great, and we wish you well in managing it, and we'd like to thank, I have a special request here from the board president.
Like we all said, there's a lot of people involved, but one guy was really key to this whole thing. It's a guy named Ted Maroney. And Ted, come on up here and say hello.
I know Ted Maroney very well. Ted's a gentleman that on the Ocean Pines Forum was not afraid to step up. He was not afraid to answer questions, and I think that's because he knew he was coming from the heart and he believed in what he was doing. Ted, is that somewhat true?
Yes, absolutely, and I think probably the key thing is at our public hearing for this property, we said we were going to bring it in on target, on time, and on budget, and we accomplished everything we needed to do and wanted to do, and it really makes me feel good not only for this project, but for the future and being able to do other things for Ocean Pines over the course of the next several years.
Well, Ted, the end result of this behind us shows that with some of the good people in the community that have the knowledge and the willingness to step up to the plate, we can have a terrific end result as we have here with the community center. And I hope that other people see you and follow your example and just think of all the amazing things we can do in Ocean Pines.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things I think that if I had one message for everybody that lives in Ocean Pines is if you can find a niche and volunteer and be a part of your community, everything will work out well, and it's a great lot of fun working with the staff, a lot of fun overcoming some problems and some criticisms, and we'll move forward. We're moving forward on the 10-year task force right now, and that'll be the next project going on.
Well, thank you, Ted. We thank you for the time that you've devoted as a volunteer, and I'm glad you're going to stick around in the future. We need people like you. Ted Moroney.
I want to welcome all of you to the new Ocean Pines Community Center. Thank you for being here today. Success has many fathers, as you all know, and a lot of people deserve the credit for making this community center what it is. Okay, back a year ago, November, at a board meeting, Director Marty Clark threw a challenge across the room and said, we can get this thing going, can't we? And because Marty threw that challenge out there, I think is what got us moving to make this happen. We went out and got some people to come in with some ideas of how to do this, and then the general manager formed a task force to evaluate the bids and to push the process through. I want to mention some of those people on the task force. Doug Slingerland. Doug, where are you? Doug was instrumental in watching this place go up. He was involved in the community church, and it was a great help. Kerry Nelson from Public Works. Kerry, where are you? Okay, Joe Costello from Public Works, who couldn't be here right now. Jim Duke, a member, the general manager, and me, and another person who was instrumental in pushing this thing through is a resident called Ted Moroney. Ted, where are you? There he is right there. Let's hear it for that group of people. The contractor we picked was Lehman Construction Services, Inc. And the president of that company is here, Jeff Naus. Where are you, Jeff? Come on over here. I'm going to give Jeff the last draw payment of $41,989.05. This company and their team did a tremendous job for us, and we really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's so many people we could thank that have been involved. The county, from the very beginning to the end, was cooperative and helpful. We have two of their county commissioners here today, Judy Boggs and Linda Busick. Thank you. And that's all I'm going to say. Next, we have the ribbon cutting ceremony. And that's being conducted by the Ocean Pines Chamber of Commerce. And
there you go.
Ted, come on up here. Jeff, come on up here. And our general manager, Tom Olson, come on up here.
I'll hold on with you.
Come on. Where's Terry?
Terry, get up here.
All right.
Get in here.
Come on up here. All right, are we ready?
All ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there you go. Yay! Celebrating your ribbon cutting. Yay!
Thank you. And now, our flag raising ceremony and the national anthem. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes our ceremony.
Well, we're taking you now into the largest room in the new community center. It's the gymnasium. And as we pan around, you can see it has basketball court set up. It has a very nice flexible floor. Flexible meaning you can play games on it, but you could also set up chairs and not have to worry about damaging the floors like we used to worry in the old days. It has state-of-the-art lighting and state-of-the-art sound system as well, which I think many of you that remember the old sound system will be very appreciative of that fact. It's a pretty nice sized room and can be multi-purpose, everything from having youth in here to adult activities. So I think we're going to get a lot of use out of this room and pretty impressive. Well, I just grabbed Becky and Bud Norris, who I understand are from what other state?
West Virginia.
Martinsburg, West Virginia. Nice area. I've actually been there. You're looking through the new community center. Tell us what you think, Becky.
It is beautiful. It's very nice.
And Bud, have you seen it? Do you remember the old community center?
Yes, this is really something. Really nice.
How often do you spend here in Ocean Pines?
Since I retired, we come quite often, probably a couple weeks a month.
And so you're supporting this, even though you're not here full time like some of us. That doesn't seem to bother you at all.
No, it's great.
It's great.
Well, that's great. Well, we're glad you stopped by. We apologize for getting you by surprise, but we appreciate your views on the new community center. This is Gene Walsh.
Gene Walsh.
And
Jim
Walsh.
And Jim Walsh. And are you Ocean Pines residents?
We're from the park.
You're from the park?
Part of Ocean Pines, yes.
Now, that's interesting because the park has their own facility, but you look like you're quite supportive of this as well.
Oh, of course.
Tell us why.
We're so glad it's here. We're so glad you got it built. The other one was so horrid.
It took a while to get here, didn't it?
My goodness. Oh, yes, absolutely. But it's
facility
wonderful.
is small. It's not like this.
This is a little larger than the park facility.
Much.
More people.
Yeah.
It's
much higher.
Well, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you taking the time. Well, here's somebody we recognize, Kelly Beck, one of the co-owners of De Novo's. And Kelly, you're in this new community center. What do you think?
I think it's gorgeous. I think it's got a great layout, a great flow, and I think a lot of opportunity for the kids especially, which is what I'm interested in.
That's right. You have children, so you view it in a little different light as maybe some of the adults. There'll be a lot of children's activities here.
Yeah, my son's really excited to start basketball now.
Well, that's great. Thanks, and enjoy, with the Beck children, some of them, we have Emily, Joseph, Hannah, and
Daniel.
And come on over, Sister Patty. This is Sister Patty. What do you think, Hannah, about this community center? Your hand. What do you think, Hannah? What happens when you have somebody that spends too much time in the Alzheimer's Center?
I think it's nice.
You going to be over here to do some activities?
Yeah.
Good. And let's see. Emily, what do you think about this community center?
I like it.
What do you like the best?
The gymnasium.
The gymnasium. That makes sense, Joseph, right?
Yes.
Do you play any sports?
Yes.
What sports do you play?
Basketball, baseball.
Oh, well, what's the one you can play over in the new gymnasium in the community center?
Basketball.
Basketball. Looks good. Yeah. And let's see, we don't want to leave out Daniel. Daniel, are you visiting here?
No.
Where do you live?
In Ocean Pines.
You live in Ocean Pines, so you'll be able to come over to the new community center too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite activity?
Yes.
What is it?
Sports.
Sports. You have a favorite sports?
Basketball.
Basketball, just like Joseph. Well, that's great. Well, you are going to have a good time. We'll look forward to seeing you all here in the new community center. Thanks, guys. Jessica Conway. What is it?
Conaway. Conaway.
Conaway.
Yes.
Maybe I'll get that.
Thank you.
I got to work on that. But you're already working. Yes. This is the opening day. You have a couple of lovely young ladies here. What were they inquiring about?
They wanted to rent the community center for a party.
And you had all the information for them. And what's this young lady right here? What's your name?
My name is Charlene Shaw.
And where are you from, Charlene?
Right around the corner in Bishopville, Maryland.
Right around the corner in Bishopville. So you're already looking to utilize the new community hall.
Yes, I've done so several times in the old hall. And when my daughter was young, they used to do Girl Scouts out of here. So I'm very familiar with the area. So, yep, I'm back to renting the hall.
Think this is an improvement?
Oh, my gosh, it's beautiful.
It is.
Just I can't wait till we get started.
Great. And who's your friend over here?
Danielle Desatel,
And Danielle, where are you from?
Ocean Pines.
You're from Ocean Pines. What do you think of this facility?
It's gorgeous. They used to have my school dances here, and this is so much better than.
You mean you had them in the old place with the old sound system and the leaking roof, that one?
Yeah, that's the place.
A little bit different now, huh?
So much better. So much better.
Well, that's great. Well, everybody seems to like it. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. With a couple other folks that at least have a smile on their face. And who do we have over here?
Bill McGuire.
And
Joanne McNeil.
Joe McGuire and Joanne McNeil. Bill McGuire. Bill, first time you've been in here?
Yes.
What do you think?
It's a nice hall. I just don't like the floor in the basketball room.
Now, we're supposed to be positive. There's been a question about the floor of whether it can be used by put tables and things on it. I understand it can.
I don't.
So now, okay. Well, let me ask you. What do you think?
If they can use that floor, it's a beautiful building.
What about the rest of the building?
Oh, it's lovely. Just lovely.
Pretty nice. So do you come over here? Do you belong to a club? You live in the Pines?
We live in the Pines, and I sing in Sweet Adelines, and and I used to be in the Pine Tones, so they're going to be using the facility, and of course the Garden Club and the Women's Club.
There's a lot of clubs in Ocean Pines. And who's over here on my left? A couple guys.
McNeil.
And you got a white marlin open. Is that the fish you caught?
This is about 6 years old, this shirt.
What do you think of this new community center?
Nice. Yeah, there are some things that I hope get straightened out. My wife just talks about the floor there, and it's going to be a big issue. We can't use it for more in bed.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll get that question squared away. Sometimes you get a lot of questions, and people get concerns, and it isn't there because you get some information that get out that might not have been quite accurate. But now, who's here on your left? You want to introduce him?
That's Jim.
Jim Brugge.
Jim Brugge. I think I know that, Jim Brugge. Now, good, thank you. What do you think of this new community?
I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful compared to what they had. I think the utility's better than what we've had before. I think most people are happy. I like the fact that they have the rooms, off the main floor where you have organizations that can meet and whatever. The concern with the basketball court, if they had utility, if they could use the floor to put tables and chairs, I think that would take care of everybody's concerns.
Are you in a club that would use this gym?
Not at this particular point in time, I'm not, but I know there's a lot of people that are, and I think that was a concern they have is the size of the organizations as to whether they'll even fit in even the larger rooms, so.
That is true. And, of course, now you're not in a club. I look around me, and I see a lot of opportunities here in Ocean Pine. I didn't realize how many clubs were here, so there's a lot. Maybe you'll find one for yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, there's a lot of things that we participate in. We used to be in the Power Squadron and the Boat Club, and, of course, we're in the Elks and a few other organizations in Ocean City. But for the most part, we spent 6 months in Florida, so we're kind of part-time. So do they. So we're only here part-time, so complain about it, you know what I mean?
Good. Well, it's nice to see you here, and as you said, it's a great facility, and go look around for a club to join. Okay, we're here with General Manager Tom Olson and the Director of Public Works, Carrie Nelson. There's been a couple questions as we've interviewed people about whether the floor in the gymnasium is capable of, can you set up tables? Could you hold a food event there? And I thought, maybe this is a time to prevent a rumor from going around. And Carrie, maybe give a little insight into this concern we've heard raised.
It's a basketball floor. I'm sure you can set things up on it. We just have to educate everybody on what you can do and what you shouldn't do.
Jack, there's a clear distinction on what can be set up in there and what can't. Unprotected, sharp-edged objects will cut that floor, and they will create damage that will be extensive. So we have to be very careful about what goes in on there. All of the tables that we have today are new. They have protective pads on each of the legs, and that would not be a problem to put on there. But we need to monitor very carefully who's doing what in there so that no sharp edges hit that floor and do damage to it.
But we would be able to hold a dinner if you had the right equipment.
As I said, all of our tables are brand new right now. None of them would have a problem being set up in there.
Okay, I think what happened reminds me of our youth group in the old days where we would have children lined up and you'd start a somebody whispering a sentence on one side, and then when it comes out the other 10 children later, it's completely different. And I'm glad we got this squared away, that there's not a prohibition as long as we have the right equipment in the gymnasium for putting up chairs, tables, or holding dinner events. Thank you, gentlemen, for here in. I'm not sure what room this is. Esther, you know what room this is?
No, I don't.
We'll have to find that name, but we know it's the Quilters Guild, and I know you're my neighbor, Esther Watson. And Esther, tell us a little bit about what's happening right here with your table.
Our table has volunteer quilts. We have a group that meets the first Wednesday of the month, and they make volunteer quilts. Goes to Children by the Sea, Berlin Nursing Home, that kind of stuff. And then our regular meeting is the third Wednesday of the month. And that we have speakers, we have show and tell, what the guild members have made that month or are in the process of making.
Have you had some interest today from the people attending the opening ceremony?
Absolutely, a lot of interest, yes.
Well, that's great to see. Thank you, and enjoyed talking with you, Esther. With Darlene Musitano, president of the Garden Club. And Darlene, you have a nice little booth set up here in the community center. Tell us a little bit about your organization.
Well, we've been in existence for 26 years. We are 120 strong. We serve every level of gardener from novice up to master gardener. Our goal, our concept, our dream is to just stimulate information about gardening, to cherish the environment and to protect it.
Now, isn't the Garden Club also responsible for some of the beautification we see around Ocean Pines?
Most certainly. We have a great group that does the Veterans Memorial and continues to keep it in pristine shape so that the plantings there are an addition to the wonderful memorial that we have. Fran Mayer and her committee does a beautiful job there. Carolyn Henline and her committee do Pintail Park and also the Yacht Club Gardens. That's the Yacht Club Garden that's right as you come into the Yacht Club.
Right out front.
That's right. So we think that we are an integral part of Ocean Pines.
Well, you certainly are, and you're one of the older clubs in Ocean Pines, if I remember correctly, too.
Yes, we are 26 years old, and we invite anyone to come join us as a guest, see what we're all about, and if you like what you see, come join us. Our next meeting is October the 8th. We are in the Country Club that day at 10 o'clock.
You think you eventually will be meeting in this new facility?
Actually, we were supposed to meet in this new facility on October the 8th, but MediaCom is here, so we're not meeting in the community center, but our November meeting is scheduled in the Assateague room of the community center.
Well, that's great. And thanks for explaining to our viewers a little bit about the Garden Club. Great organization, Ocean Pines. Well, I'm here with... this is easy. It's my own club, the Anglers Club. And Walt Bogey, one of the board of directors, is manning the table at the moment. Walt, has you had a pretty good representation of people coming in today?
Oh, yeah. People seem to be a lot interested. We had a lot of handouts that are in the front on the desk, top of the desk. We even had 6 new members sign up. So we're doing pretty good.
Well, the Anglers Club is one of the, I think it's one of the largest clubs in Ocean Pines.
Yeah, I think the boat club is a little bit bigger. Actually, a lot bigger. But with these guys, we now have 187 members. So it's people seem to enjoy the club. We have a good time, and we have our little fishing contests. And
I think that if you looked at members attending meetings, the Anglers Club would be the largest club in Ocean Pines.
I think you're right. I'm always amazed that we get a turnout of 60, 70 people, which is a large percentage of the anglers. And I think it's because we have some really good speakers. We arrange for speakers to come every month to our meetings. And it may be the free coffee and the gourmet donuts we serve, so that helps.
The cost is a little high for some people to join the Anglers Club, I understand.
Oh, yeah, it's all at $10 for a whole year.
Yeah, $10. Well, do we have a payment plan for that, Walt?
Well, you can come, pay me. That's the plan. If you want to come, play me. Matter of fact, if we sign up anywhere from now till the end of the year, you get that free because that'll go to next year's dues. So you got 1.5 for the price of one there.
Well, that's great. Great club, have great speakers, and I learned an awful lot about fishing from some of the best anglers in Ocean Pines. Thanks, Walt. Appreciate it.
Yeah, one last word. I remember we work with the kids. We teach a kid to fish event, the kids fishing contest, and the Believe in Tomorrow program. And I think that last one is the most heartwarming of all of our events.
And when people walk out on the South Pond on those piers, that was the Anglers Club behind the impetus behind that program for those piers.
You're absolutely right.
Great.
Well,
Thanks, Walt. Winds up the beautiful grand opening ceremony for the new community center. We hope you've enjoyed both the fire department opening ceremonies, the community center opening ceremonies, seeing a little bit about the center inside and talking to some of the people that will be involved in the future. We're here in Whitehorse Park. That's where everything winds up. Free hot dogs, great band, and again, we hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for viewing in. Come on down and see this new community center. This is Jack Barnes for Focus on the Pines.